The truth will set you free, but first it'll piss you off.
Hey! Hello, everybody. Great morning to everyone. This morning I just saged myself because yesterday, like all day, like I woke up and I had this feeling in like my sacral chakra region, my solar plexus, because it was right above my belly button. And then like in my chest, so like my heart space, and up to my throat. Like it was like that trifecta. And I think it may be because I'm vegan, but when there's something like that wrong, for some, like I was gonna be like, oh, maybe like it's acid reflux or like indigestion or something, but it's also like looking at the things that I ate, like that wouldn't really be the case. Like, it didn't really make sense. When you drink, like, a lot of soda or you eat, like, acidic things or something like that, perhaps I would have been able to write it off easier. But it's, like, not, that doesn't go to say that even if you had eaten those things, that it still wouldn't be, like, an energy, there wouldn't be an energy component to it. But, so, that's what led me to basically rule out that it was, like, an energetic like block and tightening and things like that. Because another thing is, I thought it was because I was super hungry. I woke up yesterday and I had the feeling, and I thought it was because I was super hungry. Like I had never felt that point of hunger where I felt like I wasn't going to be able to stand, and it was just like a very extreme discomfort. So after I ate, then it was like I was even more uncomfortable, and so then it was like I didn't really know what to do. Like at first I had a smoothie, right, because I'm thinking indigestion or whatever, I'll just drink a smoothie, get some vegetables in and everything. And then after the smoothie, I felt kind of good. But then we were moving yesterday. And so I was like, maybe I'm just tired or something. Maybe I need more food. So I went and got noodles. And then I kind of realized that it was an anxiety issue. It was like, well, it's interesting that I'm explaining the journey through which I've come to like identify what the problem was, because after I realized it wasn't like a physical thing necessarily, because I was eating, I eat pretty well. I hadn't drank in the last like week or two, so it was just like really random, like if I had even drank something, I'd be like, okay, that's what that is. But so anyway, then I realized as the whole move was happening, I was going to go find a place to lay down. And it's like I couldn't really lay down in my room because my room is being packed up. And then like the place that I'm going also isn't established. That's being packed up. And so then that's when I started to realize that these feelings were like a bit of anxiety as well, because of the move, because of the fact that I didn't feel settled. And for me, I really, like, in order for me to create, okay, so here's what happened. Like this is the route. So it was like I felt like I wasn't able to create because I've been wanting to start this YouTube channel, and I've been wanting it to be like I just kind of speak to the camera, but I want the setting to be in my new space, where I have my plants, where I have my my tapestry, where it looks like me in the space. I have room to be myself. There's a lot of light in the place that I'm going to be staying. So I've really been like I guess holding off on, I've been recording some videos and I've tried to publish them, but for some reason, like, it wouldn't work, like the thumbnail type of thing. It was like the upload. I was having upload issues. And when those type of things happen, I kind of take it as a sign from the universe. Like if I try like 7 times and it's not working, and I like try a bunch of different things and it's just like not going, then it's funny because when it comes to technology, that's one of the things that can actually just stop us and be like, no, I don't know what the problem is. You're right. It should be working, but it's not. So what are you going to do? It's kind of like a block where you're like, okay, I'm not able to work past this. So, I got to stop, I got to pause or do something else. And so on that day, I pretty much paused, and this was the day before I started feeling these pains. I kind of just paused, and, I realized that, I did feel kind of stuck because I wanted to express the things that I've been feeling in my heart, through a creative outlet, but I wanted it to feel fulfilling and, have all the elements, because I really am serious about my energy, like the crystals and the plants and feng shui, things like that. But the space that I've been living in recently, you know, I wasn't able to exercise those practices. I wasn't able to reflect my energy healing or my work in the space that I was in. And so it was starting to stress me out because I wasn't sure if we would be able to move out by the weekend. And so I realized when I get anxious, I escape. Like I have escapist tactics, which usually one of them is smoking. But it was like yesterday I was so like anxious that I couldn't even really smoke. And the thing is, for me, I realized that when I'm like getting really anxious, it's like I shut down. It's like I can't really, it's either I have to hit the problem full force ahead and be working so tirelessly that I'm barely paying attention to anything else, or it's like I can't do anything. Like I have to do something totally fun that doesn't remind me of it at all, you know, or just like distract myself. And so, you know, I was trying to like just lay down, but it was kind of difficult because there was nowhere to lay down. So yeah, and I had to work at 5. So like this is all happening, right? But I'm like low-key avoiding it because again, like that's just the way that I've come to. Well, I'm gonna evolve out of that, but I'm just saying this as a point of acknowledgement. Like I'm acknowledging that, you know, up until this point, the way that I dealt with my anxiety was like to smoke, like, and just like forget about it. Or try. Like, I wouldn't forget about it, but just, like, stop paying attention to it. Just run. Just don't pay attention to it. Can't deal with that right now. But anyway, so then I went to work. And then my mind was busy, right? And so I really wasn't having those feelings. It was a little bit. It was like I couldn't really eat anything big. I could drink water. But when I was super busy, because I'd be super busy at work, you know, I wasn't really feeling the pain anymore, which, you know, when your mind is occupied, your anxious thoughts, like, they don't like have space in your mind. So, yeah, I was at work. But then when I left work, I was, like, still having these pains and all last night. And then, you know, I thought it was interesting how it was kind of traveling pain. Like, it was traveling from, like, my abdomen right above my belly button to my chest, and then it would really, really ache in my chest, and would come in my throat like it just had to come out, like a burp or something, like indigestion kind of thing. Oh shit! They relocated the ABC store in Woodland Park. That's lit. Anyway, so yeah, I think last night I just kind of came to the realization of the fact that it was my energy, and this is what I came to understand. So your solar plexus chakra is the chakra of creativity, new projects, giving birth, breathing life into something. You know, it's the color yellow, the sun, like it's a life-giving chakra. So life-giving energy. And so what I was experiencing was I really had a lot to create. Like I have so many ideas. I have so many things that I want to bring into this world. It's like brewing and it's really full. Like my solar plexus chakra is super full of all of these ideas and creative pursuits. But it's like they're not being able to be expressed. Now, the other thing is I have all these ideas, but my heart, like the part about my heart is like I need to be true to what's actually in my heart, you know, and not what I think I need to do, because it's like I don't need to make money, you know, off of doing what my heart loves, you know, like actually trying to be true to my heart as it is instead of like what other people may say and advise, you know. And so also I was going through something that hurt my feelings, you know, and I was trying to pretend that it didn't, basically. And so that also was like just the energy being blocked. And also it was like I had a lot of messages coming from the heart that I wanted to share. But the final thing that I really realized was like a grand scheme, big thing, doesn't even have to do with any of what I'm experiencing, but the situation helped me acknowledge it, is that ultimately I have to align my throat chakra with my heart chakra. You know what I'm saying? And that is deeper than just saying what you feel. It's expressing what's in your heart in a clear, healthy manner, you know, in a way that identifies with the heart of the person that you're speaking to. So it's kind of like when you are speaking to somebody, the communication, when we're speaking from our ego, we pretty much want them to realize that they were wrong. We want them to tell us that we were right or something. Or basically, in essence, realize that we were right and they were wrong. You know, when we're coming from our heart, it's more so like a recognition kind of thing. You know, if you're coming from your heart and your feelings truly were hurt, it's also different from when your feelings are hurt, your heart is hurt, and when your ego is hurt. And we need to be able to tell that difference. Me, personally, I realized that part of this, what this pain was telling me, was to be able to recognize that difference of, and perhaps they both may be hurt, but allow different healing processes for them. Because if you're healing your heart through your ego, you're not helping yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's false. It's not real. So, also, I had a situation recently wherein, you know, it's my heart is really full for this situation. I have a lot on my heart that I want to express about the situation, and I was recently given the opportunity to express it. I mean, you know, I was given like the opening, and it was like I could have lied and I could have just not been true to what I was actually feeling in my heart and not expressed it through my throat, but I chose to. And recently I've been trying to like remind myself that that was the right decision, because, you know, if you're speaking in your truth, if you're speaking from your heart, like, then you're doing the righteous thing. And like I said, it's different than when you're speaking in your ego. And it's also about communicating clearly, effectively, honestly, in a way that recognizes the heart space of whoever you're communicating with. And also realizing what you want the outcome to be, and if that's driven by your ego or your heart. And so this morning I saged and I did an intentional prayer, you know, with connecting my God consciousness with my heart and thus with my throat, you know, and expressing, you know, my God consciousness, but also allowing my creative pursuits to be driven by my heart and nothing else. You know, just my heart, you know, not necessarily my root, because like stability and security and it's like what we need to stay alive. It's like when it comes to like my solar plexus, it was just like an imbalance. It was too driven by my root and not enough driven by my heart. So I just wanted to share that experience with everyone, because it really, I do feel better. And as I was recounting the story a little bit, I was starting to feel like a little bit in my heart, but overall, it's not a buildup. You know, it really feels like that energy was released. It was like energy was brewing there. It was sitting there. And I was able to just kind of like let it out. So now I'm in Harris Teeter. Ooh, beautiful sunflowers. Yeah, thank you for listening. I hope everybody has a great morning. And I will talk to you soon. Peace.